Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about this vehicle. What is this vehicle? What are we looking at? I believe this could be close to what the Polestar 4 SUV could look like. At first glance, it looks like a sedan. In fact, it looks a bit more like the Polestar 5, the Sport GT sedan. But I'll assure you, while it might look like a sedan at first glance, the more you take in, you look at this car from an alternative angle, you'll start to realize it's high off the ground and it's a bit bulkier. It's more of an SUV crossover. So these were the first images I found. Yes, I just wanted to put it out there. It definitely does look like a sedan. You look at an image like this, clearly that's not a sedan. That's a high vehicle. It's really high off the ground. In fact, it looks almost as high as a Tesla Model Y. You know, keep in mind, Tesla Model Y, it's also an SUV, not a fully fledged SUV like the Tesla X or a Range Rover. No. It's a bit lower. It's a crossover. It's between a sedan and a full SUV. It's the same thing with the Polestar 4. It's kind of like a sedan, but it has more space like an SUV. That's the point of the Polestar 4. It's supposed to have the same or similar amount of space as a full SUV, but the size is supposed to be a little bit smaller because there is a market for those type of products, and that's why Polestar is investing in the Polestar 4. Allow me to also say that I don't think the Polestar 4 will look exactly like this. Of course not. It won't look exactly like this, but I do believe that it will look very similar. Pay attention to the back of the vehicle. It's really raised high off the ground. So we've established it's clearly not a sedan. It's clearly some crossover SUV. Now pay attention to the rear. Pay attention to the sharp cut lines at the back. Pay attention to the back of the vehicle. That's really key because that's the only part of the Polestar 4 that we've seen close-ups of, and it was covered up in a sheet. Okay, this is the Polestar 4 from the back. Pay attention to those sharp lines along the back of the vehicle and how high it is off the ground. Clearly, it's not a full SUV, but it's also not a sedan. It's something in between. Now pay attention to this vehicle. You can clearly see a lot of similarities in height, in shape. So this is another close-up look of the car along the side. Like I said, don't expect the Polestar 4 to look exactly like this. The wing mirror, for example, I don't think that's the design that Polestar is going for. In fact, based on this image, you can clearly see that the wing mirrors are protruding in a much bigger form. They're not like a needle poking out. This is the Polestar lineup, of course. These are a few renders that we've seen of the vehicle. Now tell me, do these renders not look similar to what I'm trying to show you? You cannot look at this vehicle and tell me that the renders online that I've seen, they don't look similar. Of course they do. You see, from the front, the image on the bottom makes it looks like a sedan. It looks low, but the image from the back, from the rear, is clearly high off the ground. It's clearly made to be a utility vehicle of some form. And my goodness, doesn't it look absolutely amazing? Now, here's a crazy idea. For a moment, imagine that this vehicle, the one on the top and the one on the bottom, imagine that they are different vehicles. In this image, they're the exact same vehicles, but imagine if they're different. The reason I say that is because from the front, it does look like a different vehicle. From the back, it does look different. So yes, let's imagine it's a different vehicle. Let's imagine that the vehicle at the top, that I'm correct, it could be similar to what the Polestar 4 will look like. And imagine the vehicle at the bottom as a sedan, because I think we can agree that they do look different, like a different vehicle. The one at the bottom, doesn't it look like a sedan? So could that be an inspiration from what Polestar could build in the future as the Polestar 7, the unannounced, mysterious Polestar vehicle that the CEO has specifically said they want to build a factory in Europe, and hopefully they would like to build a Polestar 7 in Europe. That's her future vehicle. We have no idea what this vehicle could be. If it could be anything, couldn't it be that sedan at the bottom? Pay no attention to the car at the top, because the car at the top is an SUV. We've determined that. The one at the bottom, pay attention to that. Could it not be said that that could be a Polestar 7? And I've made a few videos on the Polestar 7. I'm quite excited for that car because if that car is built in Europe, that would be amazing. That would put Polestar manufacturing on more than 2 continents. Right now, Polestar manufacturing is only on one continent, in China. In late 2023, October, I believe, they will start manufacturing the Polestar 3 in the Americas. Now, here's the kicker. They want to build a factory in Europe. Wouldn't it be amazing if one day they could manufacture in the European market, ship our cars to European customers? They will have to do that eventually. It's just a matter of when. The CEO has put out hints just to let us know that they are thinking about it. They're thinking about when they can do this, when Volvo and Geely can provide Polestar with the funds they need to create this factory in Europe. Because for now, Polestar already has that factory in Charlatan that will change from Volvo only to Polestar. And there will be a few factories in China making Polestar vehicles. In fact, there will be a factory in China specifically for Polestar vehicles only. Specifically for Polestar vehicles only. And if you don't believe me, look at this chart. Right? So what we're looking at here, let me just readjust my camera. These are some of the sites that Polestar vehicles will be built in the future. The Polestar 1 was built in Chengdu. Polestar 2 is currently being built in Taizhou. The Polestar 6 in Europe, this is a potential production site. Annual car capacity yet to be announced. Factory opening yet to be announced. But that's probably an old Volvo factory. So they do have that as a possibility as well. Now, the Polestar 3, Chengdu, will be built in Chengdu. The Polestar 3 will also be built in Charlatan. That's the Volvo factory. Now, the Polestar 4 will be built in Hangzhou Bay in China. And for the Polestar 5, in Chongqing. Now, I do believe that it probably been the last one, the Chongqing or the Hangzhou Bay factory. One of those factories will be specifically focused on Polestar vehicles only. So I just wanted to put it out there. The Polestar 7 European factory, it's definitely on the horizon. The Polestar 4 on the other hand, this vehicle at the top, I think they will look very, very similar. Now, before we end this video, I just want to thank everyone for supporting this channel as long as you have. Seriously, the support has been absolutely amazing. And this Polestar community is certainly building. I love Polestar as a company, and I love to share that passion with other people online. And I'm thankful that you're there, that you're subscribing, you're watching these videos. So with that being said, I just wanted to close this video out with this cool video by Polestar. Look at their technology, how beautiful and simplistic it looks. It looks like a car company that was built by Apple. Seriously, am I wrong? Am I right? You know I'm right. You know I'm right. This technology just looks top of the range. Attention to detail, Scandinavian design. One additional thing that I'd like to close out on is the Monument blog. Yes, we currently have a publication. I launched this blog just a few days ago, literally just a few days ago. So now it's not just a YouTube channel. We also have a place for readers. If you like this YouTube channel, but you'd like to read more information, well, I'll be writing information on this blog. If you're already signed up to a newsletter on my Substack, you can sign up again on this site, or you can just leave a comment and let me know that you'd like to be added, and I can add you. I can get your email from Substack, add you to this one, so you can read our latest information that we're publishing. I just published this article. It's all about the new Neo vehicles. So on this channel, we're focusing a lot on Polestar vehicles, and I want to focus more on Neo because they're really undervalued. And similar to Polestar, they're not fully getting the recognition they deserve. One day they will, so will Polestar. So check out the blog, leave a comment, let me know if you like. We've got many different pages from automotive to art and design. I do love art and design, so I do share a lot of that stuff. We got tech included. We've also got architecture included because I love architecture. So I don't know if anyone shares a similar passion, but I've also got links to my alternative pages, such as my LinkedIn, my 3D YouTube channel, 3D Instagram page, all over. And I've also got a link to my Twitter account. Best place to keep up with me, with my Polestar news and stuff like that. Seriously, it's the best place because I'm always posting something to do with Polestar, something to do with Neo. I'm always posting something to do with these electric companies that I follow so heavily. Thank you for watching today. Subscribe to see more, and I will see you in the next one.